Hello, viewers. Welcome to Gift Tip. Today we have a special edition for you. Can you guess what is it? It's so special that you love it very much. Today I have with me my friends, and today we are going to discuss more about Bible studies. And today we pick a special Bible study, which is David and Goliath. This story is so popular, but today we are going to dig inside and then we'll give you some moral lessons you have to learn from it. The story of David and Goliath can be found in 1 Samuel chapter 17. I know that you all know David in the Bible. His father was Jesse, and then he took care of his father's flocks. He never let any harm come close to them. One day, a lion tried to steal some of the sheep. He chased the lion, took the sheep from the lion's mouth, and killed the lion. But today we are coming to talk more about David and Goliath. I'll give you a brief story for my friends. Give us some. David was sent by his father Jesse to give food to his brothers. At that time, the Philistines and the Israelites were at war, and there came a champion of the Philistines who was from Gath, and his name was Goliath. Goliath was very strong, was trained as a warrior from his youthful age. I myself, but even if I wasn't there, I would even know that Goliath was a very strong man. Let's find out what happened from my friends because I really want to know more about this story.
One day, Jesse sent David to give food to his brothers at the camp. When he reached there, he heard some of the soldiers saying that the king, the king will give a prize to the one who slays Goliath. And David went to King Saul and said, "I will go and face Goliath." And Saul gave him his armor. But when he tried it on, he couldn't walk in it. And he said, "I can't go on the battlefield with these." So when he got there, Goliath also came and said, "Who among you will step in front and fight me?" And David came out. And Goliath looked at him and he laughed and he said, "What are you holding that stick for? Do you think I am a dog?" And David said, "You come against me with spear and javelin, but I come against you with the word of the living God." With that, David took 5 smooth stones and placed it in his pocket.
Wow.
Then he placed one in a sling and he threw it against Goliath. Then it hit on Goliath's forehead and he was down.
Oh,
Then he took his sword and he cut off Goliath's head.
wow.
And the Philistine army were running away because they have conquered their army.
Wow. God was really with him because it's amazed me how this mob was able to kill these giants. Well, I don't know what happened then next. So let's hear more from him.
Their hero was down. Their hero was laid down.
So the Philistines ran away from the battlefield. As David was going home, some women from Israel and some from Judah met him, and they were singing a song that Saul killed thousands and David killed 10,000. So this made Saul very jealous and angry, and he said to himself, "I killed thousands, but you are telling me that David killed 10,000." So Saul asked his commander, "Which family is this boy from?" Then the commander answered, "I don't know." Then, when David reached the palace, the commander called him and asked, "Which family are you from?" And David answered, "I am the son of Jesse of Bethlehem." So now, as we've heard this story, I want us to know some of the moral lessons about this story. Starting from you, Janet.
This teaches us that we shouldn't judge people according to their size and height. And it teaches us that God can speak through us whether tall, short, small, or big. It also teaches us that no matter you are a child, God can use you. Look how this small boy David was able to conquer this giant Goliath. This this story teaches us that in God all things are possible, and also if you avail yourself for Him, He can use you as a vessel to do His work.
So you see, all these moral lessons are behind this story. So you see how when you read stories in the Bible, the more you read it, the more you get an impact in your life. Viewers, this brings us to the end of this episode. Watch us for more of this. Next week, we are going to learn a new story. But guess what it is? Before we come.
So you see, David was a humble man. He was a God-fearing man. The hand of God was upon him, and because of God's hand being on him, God gave him power. And the power gave him strength to defeat Goliath. So you see, God gave him power.
So what did we learn? We learned that David was a young boy who feared God. Because he feared God, the Spirit of God was upon him. And because the Spirit of God was upon him, God gave him power and strength to defeat Goliath. What are some of the moral lessons we learned? We learned that whether you are tall, short, big, or small, God can use you to do His work. We also learned that humbleness leads to greatness. We also learned that in God everything is possible if only you avail yourself from Him. Okay. We also learned that God speaks to anybody, anywhere, because He's anywhere. He speaks to anybody, anywhere, anytime. So what you have to do is to avail yourself, and He's going to speak to you. Viewers, this brings us to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gifts TV, to watch out more of this. Next week, we'll be bringing you another Bible story and the moral lesson behind it. Guess what it is? Gifts TV!
We are gifts from God.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gift TV, for more of this. Gift TV!
We are gifts from God. Bye bye.